If you've got an offset smoker like a Chargriller Grand Champ or Oklahoma Joe's, you might be struggling with there being a temperature difference from one side to the other. Generally, the side closest to the firebox is really hot. It might be 50 degrees higher than the side further away from the firebox, and it makes it difficult to manage how you cook your food, especially if you're really loading up your offset smoker. Like I've done whole hogs in this thing, and when it's 50 degrees hotter over here than it is over here, you might imagine, and you've got a hog that goes from one end to the other, what kind of problem that could cause. Welcome to Tone Tone Barbecue. Let's get to work. This is the Lava Lock baffle plate heat management system for the Chargriller Grand Champ. This one is brand new, made of stainless steel, requires some minor assembly when you get it. It's nice and heavy duty. We're going to put it in the Chargriller Grand Champ over here. All right, you can see here, installation is very simple. I've already removed the cooking grate from the Grand Champ here. Inside the Grand Champ, it comes with this charcoal grate. You just need to get that out of the way. Pull that up out of there. And you take your baffle plate, set that right down in there where that charcoal grate used to be. Tilt it up a little bit to get it past this lip over here. And then slide right up against the firewall over there. And that's what it looks like when it's installed. You can see you've got little tiny holes over here, progressively larger holes, so that the heat and smoke from the firebox over here will have to travel below this and start coming up into the cooking chamber to help regulate the heat. We're going to be using the ThermoPro TP25 to monitor the temperature. Here's how I've got it laid out. I've got 3 probes, and I tried to kind of space them very evenly. We've got one about 6 inches from the right side over here, which is the one that's closest to the firebox. We've got one almost dead center right here, and then we've got another one about 6 inches from the left side. So we're going to be seeing what the temperature difference is from this side to this side. And you know that normally, because you're so close to the firebox over here, right here is the hot zone, and you might even be able to tell here if you look at the grate carefully. You can see it's kind of dry right here. That's because I never put food right here, and I usually put the food more over here and over further to the left side, so that way you don't end up overcooking, burning the food that's closest to the firebox. So this baffle plate is going to eliminate that for us. So I'm going to show you what it looks like when we're just running normal without the baffle plate. So we're going to fire this up here, and we'll see how the temperature looks without the baffle plate first. All right, it's been a while now. Fire's burning nicely, so let's see where the temperature is showing for each section. So this is the probe that is closest to the firebox. It's showing 333 degrees right now. That's way up there. And then the one that's right in the middle is showing 225 degrees. That's where we're normally shooting to cook at. And the temperature at the farthest left side is showing 234 degrees. It's odd that this one is a little higher than the one in the middle, but it just has to do with the airflow, the way things are moving through the cooker. And I do see that on a regular basis. Even though it's the furthest away from the fire, it actually is slightly higher than the one that's right in the middle of the chamber. So let's see what happens when we put the baffle plate in. I just want to let you have a look and see what the fire looks like. So you see I've got a charcoal bed there. I've got a chunk of oak that's just burning away, and a couple more on standby still. So now I'm going to open it up, and we're going to get the baffle plate installed, and we'll see what difference it makes after everything settles down. Okay, you can see I've got the baffle plate installed now. I did that without disturbing the position of the probes, so they're exactly where they were before. And we'll go ahead and shut this down and let things settle out and see where we are. Okay, I'm running the temperature a little bit higher than I normally would right now, but I have to tell you, I am freaking excited. I have never seen this. 268, 268. The temperature from end to end is exactly the same. Slightly higher in the middle, but by like 4 degrees. That is incredible. You saw earlier how huge difference was from the right side to the left side, and now we're showing the exact same temperatures. 268 degrees all the way over there, 268 degrees all the way over here on the left side, You see they're changing in unison there. Now it's 269, 269, 274 in the middle. That is incredible. I'm excited. I'm never going to use this Chargriller Grand Champ again without that baffle plate installed, because now I'm going to be able to safely use the entire cooking surface from end to end. And, you know, usually if I'm just cooking a couple racks of ribs or something like that, kind of in the middle, it hasn't been a big deal. I've worked with it. The only time it's really become a problem is when I really want to load this thing up with everything, and then I have to worry about rotating things around to make sure that stuff doesn't burn. But when I really have a problem is when I'm doing something big, like a whole hog, and then, you know, you end up with a burnt end. No matter what you do, it's going to get a little bit burnt. Not anymore. I'm excited about that. So, wow.